Torian Prince scoring double figures. Seems like they responded defensively in the second half, but towards the end of the game, just seemed like there was a little bit of miscommunication. What would you say is a lesson for your team down the stretch in handling those situations?
Again, improving in our communication, improving, in our weak side responsibilities. I think those are the things. And again, playing a lot of the time with two bigs on the floor for the first time, it's going to be a little bit different because of where their rotations normally come from. They're not used to being in a lot of those perimeter rotations. So just things like that, again, we'll continue to watch the film. And every day we get an opportunity to practice, we'll keep working on it.
You mentioned the bigs. This is the first time we saw Andre Drummond and Jared Allen together on the floor in that starting lineup. What did you see out of them in their minutes?
I thought, they imposed their will in the paint, especially in the second half. Again, they're still going to have to learn one another and how to play with one another and how to space with one another. But, I thought there were some good things out there having both of them on the floor.
Chris, go ahead.
Chris Fedor, Cleveland.com. JB, did you get an explanation on why they waved off Collins' bucket at the end there?
Not a good one. The guy was riding Colin the entire possession as he was driving, and they called an offensive foul on Colin.
And then did it surprise you at all that the combination of Jared and Andre together led to you guys, I don't know if rediscovering your offense is the right way to phrase it, but the questions that you had about them and whether they could function together offensively seemed to be answered?
Yeah, and again, I think it's going to get better. The more they play together, I think the better off they'll get. And again, what it's going to come down to is how well they play together and how they space for one another. And they'll get some, big to big passes that I think will be available the more comfortable they get in those scenarios.
Marla.
Marla Ridenour, Akron Beacon Journal. Coach, I'm sure this didn't strike you during the game, but the way the last 90 seconds went, did you almost feel like the Suns had the experience because they'd been in the bubble and kind of what you missed? Like I said, I'm sure it didn't strike you at the time. Did you see how maybe they've grown somewhere like you would like to do, like you would?
Yeah, I think you see what they did in critical games. You take Devin Booker, for example, to be able to play and have that experience of having those games. And, for them, it was every game was a must win. So there was those pressure filled moments that he got a chance to experience. And I definitely think it's helped him. He's grown immensely. He's a heck of a player. There's no doubt about it. But that experience is definitely what you need in those moments.
And did you get a good look at what happened with Kaminsky and JaVale?
No, I was looking the opposite direction. I didn't see the play happen in the backcourt. I didn't get a chance to see what happened.
Spencer Davies, basketballnews.com. JB, I don't want to put you in a corner, but with Colin, I feel like the referees have been noticing his off arm a lot more often in the last couple of weeks. What do you feel like is going on there just with him in that situation? He's been getting whistled for some offensive fouls lately.
He is doing nothing different than any of the other scorers in our league do. And I'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
Hi, Coach. It's Leonardo Torres from Peru. Coach, do you think Colin Sexton deserves to be on All-Star this season?
I think Colin's having a heck of a year. I definitely do. I think he needs to be in consideration. I think our team needs to continue to improve because I believe those individual awards are benefits of team success as well. So the better we get as a team, Colin keeps playing at the level he's playing at, I think he definitely would deserve it.
Chris.
JB, you had been staggering Colin and Darius and allowing Colin to kind of run the second unit. And tonight you changed that up with Damian Dotson taking on that role. What went into that decision?
It was, just looking at the combination of Darius and Colin. I thought they were playing well together. Again, trying to have a different look in the two units where we would be able to do more switching with more size in that unit and then protected with the centerpiece of JaVale. So again, exploring things, trying to find the best lineups to deal with, the changes that we've had to go through.
Did you get out of the Andre Jarrett pairing what you wanted to get out of it?
Again, I think we've got definite room to grow. Obviously we weren't pleased with the 40 points in the paint that Phoenix scored in the first half. We addressed that at halftime, and I thought they did a much better job of protecting the paint in the second half. But again, we've got room to grow. We'll continue to work at it and try to get better and get those two guys more comfortable.